Welcome to the channel, everybody. Now today I have a Scum 0.95 and beyond news and updates video for you all. So let's jump straight in, see what this week's had in store for us. Right then, just before we get into it, just want to say, if you want to see all the new features, bits and bobs that have come in with this update, I have already started making a playlist on the channel showcasing all this. You can find them on the 0.95 tips, tricks and guides playlist. Right, now that's out of the way, let's get straight into it with some bug fixes. So they fixed issues where wind did not affect bullet trajectory, where portable fridges could not take melee damage, where you could not equip weapons while in Kinglet in single player, where a locked Kinglet could still be entered, where some server settings had the wrong description, where the locked camera was jittery when in passenger seat, where the inverted setting for airplane controls would not function, some wrong descriptions and typos on item descriptions, where clothing items would sometimes get stuck to characters, where the Kinglet Duster would not spawn if another vehicle was near, where fame points sometimes did not affect traders, where players could still steer a vehicle while getting out of it, where the wrong vehicle parts would take damage on collision, where vehicles would keep running after the battery was removed, where exiting vehicles near BB elements would get the player stuck, where you could not repair vehicle parts if the vehicle was tilted, where RPM SFX would sometimes not play correctly, where the cloud quality setting had no effect, where you could not place scopes on the M249. It fixed some of the icons, fixed issue where improvised ropes would use durability when used for crafting, where destroying BB elements under vehicles would leave vehicles suspended in the air, where the wash eyes option was showed on items that cannot be used to wash eyes, where placing an ingredient into a cooking slot and then putting it in the vicinity would bug cooking out, where you could build overlapping BB elements, wrong grip animations on some items, fixed issues where EMP grenades had effect in safe zones, and they also fixed issues where uncrafting a bundle of dirty rags would give clean rags. So a lot of bug fixing that came with this update, and obviously that's not all. We do have a lot of quality of life to go through as well, and there are some major improvements to this game. Obviously a lot of this update was aimed towards optimization, you know, performance wise. It was more laying down a foundation for future updates. So we have seen some great changes obviously with performance, and it's nice to see. Now I know there have been some reports of FPS drops for some people. Obviously we do have the new DLSS that's come in. There may be a few issues with it, but we have seen one patch already since the update. We will see more obviously as well. So just wait a little bit. Obviously we do usually see these sort of, you know, errors on a big update when we get these, you know, these major updates. It's perfectly fine. They do usually get repaired very quickly, especially the major, you know, bugs that do occur sometimes. So don't worry too much about it. It will get fixed. All right. Now, on top of that, we had hordes come in. I did go through this a little bit in the video, but I have heard of reports of hordes and puppets spawning in, you know, right behind people and in people's faces and things like this. I haven't experienced this myself, but obviously there are a lot of reports about it. So again, they probably will look into this. It may just be a thing where the radius for the noise that you're producing is just too small, so they're popping up all over the place. But again, they'll probably look into that and adjust it if needed. All right then, so next up we have quality of life additions with this large update. Now, servers in server browser will now be colored from red to yellow to green dependent on their FPS. Packed items no longer have to be in the inventory in order to be unpacked. Mr. Brunner will now attack puppets in his path. They fixed the issue where clothes gained durability when damaged in some cases. Power generators audio will be lowered when entering focus mode. Vehicles now take collision damage even without any passengers in them. Increased fueling range on the Kinglet Duster. Airplane propeller can now kill puppets. Increased number of usages on threads and wires. Improved the reverse action on bikes and bicycles. Vehicle being deleted due to going outside of world bounds is now an error that will appear in the log file. Players involved in vehicle collisions now also take damage. You can now craft nails and bolts. Added more rope options on crafting 20-pound bow. Reduced improvised toolbox usage. Server logs will now display a dev tag next to commands entered by a dev on a server. Reduced wheelbarrow wobble. Adjusted sizes of some items in inventory. Rebalanced BB health and damage. Reduced noise generation from bows and crossbows. Raincoats are now repairable with duct tape. This does include your improvised ones as well. Car batteries, electrician tools, toolboxes, electrical repair kit no longer lose durability when used. Nerfed exhaustion gain rate. Chests no longer stay active in safe zones. They've removed the 84 Head P and the OG7V ammo from the game. They've adjusted some crafting recipes. Flags are no longer destroyed if their owner is deleted, as in making a new character. Instead, they will decay unless overtake is in place. Cutting items into rags, rag strips and animal skins now takes the chopped item durability into account. Server logs will now also contain the number of live characters and zombies. Animal skin quiver can now be crafted with human skin as well. Added new facial poses for photo mode. Fireworks now properly generate noise towards AI. Weapons will now get destroyed if durability reaches 0. Adjusted FP requirements for some items at traders. Suicide puppets will no longer start their auto-explode timer until they enter combat mode. And they've adjusted some buy-sell prices. Now, other than this, with the update, they did bring out 2 new DLC packs, which you can see on the screen now. One is a dance pack, and the other is the male haircut pack. Now, dances include a load of different dance emotes, and the male hair pack is hairstyles and beards, mustaches, things like that. Now, they obviously aren't forced upon you. It's just a way of showing your support for the game and to help the development of the game also. They don't affect gameplay whatsoever. It's more just a customization style sort of DLC, so don't worry about it. It's not going to, give anyone a upper hand in any way. Well, other than being like the coolest kid on the block with that mohawk, you know what I mean? But anyway, I just want to thank you for joining me today. As I've said, there is a playlist already on the channel that goes through all the new features and new things that have come in with this update. So head over to the channel, find that playlist, should be right at the top, and enjoy. Now, I know there's been a lot of changes with abandoned bunkers with this big update, but don't worry, I'll be back tomorrow with an in-game guide showing you all of these changes and explaining step by step what's happening. Just want to give a quick shout out to our channel members, Megahoof, Mary G, Alti, Nectar, 940, Phoenix and Sam. Thank you very much for your extra and ongoing support. It's always appreciated. If you want to join them, you can do. Head over to the channel, hit that join button and see what perk suits you best. It all goes back into the channel and gives you all a better viewing experience. But if you want to support me in another way, you can do simply by liking, subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And that way you'll stay up to date with the latest Scum news, guides and content like this over on the channel. Until next time, see ya.